Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving up in the world. I got a new mic, a new camera, and a new editing software, so I can do this now. So that's pretty cool. Religions are basically just companies, right? We can agree on that. There's no other motivator other than control and money, right? It's a joke, even though it might not seem like it in America. And what does every good company need? I'm asking you. A slogan,
a good product,
advertising,
cringy Twitter posts.
Oh, corrupt
maybe
CEO,
a
mascot.
I don't know, insider trading.
That's right. A logo. And in kind, most religions have some kind of religious symbol or logo. But do they work like as a logo, graphic design wise, branding wise? I aim to figure that out today. Disclaimer, this video is a joke. I'm being goofy. Don't murder me. As it's one of the oldest religions, I feel like we should start with Zoroastrianism, which comes in strong with this logo. It's got good symmetry, but it's broken up in the middle there. The figure in the middle, by the way, is Ahura Mazda, the god of Zoroastrianism. I don't know if I pronounced that right. There are varied beliefs on what it means, but it could mean good thoughts, good deeds, good actions, or just represent the spirit. It's complex, but I think it earns the complexity, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of its complexity comes from patterning and repetition. Like, yes, there's a lot going on here, but a lot of it comes from the detail in the wings and like the more realistic rendering of the bird creature here. It reminds me of like the Versace or the Burberry logo. It's high class. It projects power and dignification? It's dignified. It's solid. Nice. 8 out of 10. Next up, let's go into Sikhism. No reason. I just feel like it. It's comprised of 3 swords and a throwing knife, but to me, it's always just looked like an alien. I don't know. Do you see it? It's called the Khada, or the Khada. I'm just gonna mispronounce everything. I'm so sorry. It represents a lot of things, and it's broken down by the specific elements. The curved sword represents secular and spiritual forces. The double-edged sword represents cleaving truth from falsehood, and the circle represents unity or perfection of God. There's some muddiness on where it's from. Some say it came about in the 18th century, and others say it arose in the 1930s during the Ghadar movement. So it's a pretty new symbol in the grand scheme of things, but it's simple and stylized. I think it's like a good like clothing brand logo. I could see this on the corner of a shirt, you know what I mean? It's simple but not boring. It's very stark, you know what I mean? Like there's no shading, there's no cross-hatching, it's just shapes and no shapes. But there's enough shapes here to make it worth something. It's pretty good, it gets points across well. I like the symbolism, it works. I will say though, the only like negative points I guess are the fact that it's made up of all weapons. Depending on its origins, this makes sense because it arose as like a symbol of freedom. People were revolting because back then Sikhs were prosecuted against. But like even though Sikhs aren't pacifists, they teach that war and fighting in general is a very like last-ditch effort thing. They don't want to do it that often. So I don't know if that's the best choice. Maybe it is, though. Overall, 7 out of 10. Pretty good. Islam is next because there's a lot I can say about it. There's not a name to this one that I can surmise, but people just call it the Star and Crescent, which is fitting. To begin, it's not necessarily about Islam, but was a symbol for the rise of the Ottoman Empire and just kind of stuck. Therefore, it's more cultural rather than religious, and also, therefore, it doesn't really represent anything. Brandon Yu says it represents progress. Sure, but that's not why I like it. The reason I like it is because it's so changeable. It's used a lot in Muslim world flags, and yeah, sure, sometimes it's just slapped on there, like with Algeria or Azerbaijan, but sometimes it's changed. Comoros, Singapore, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan add stars, where Mauritania just flips the entire thing on its side. I think that's cool as shit. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, like, you can do so much with it. It's cool and customizable. Yeah, sure, it's made up of simple, boring iconography, but because it's these 2 disconnected elements, you can, like, rearrange them in whatever you want. It creates a better brand story, in my opinion. Again, objectively kind of a bad symbol, but it's fun. I like it. So this might be crazy. 7 out of 10. Buddhism is next with a classic, the Dharma wheel. It simply represents Dharma or God's teachings, or it could represent all this shit that I'm just gonna put on the screen, because it's a lot. It was, however, used as a symbol for other Eastern teachings like Jainism and Hinduism, so that's some negative points there, but that's the only real place it falters. It originated in carvings associated with Asoka, which makes sense because Asoka is like a big deal in Buddhism, but it's the most representational out of all these symbols. It's a wagon wheel. That's it. It's not even like 4 things smashed together like Sikhism. It's just a wagon wheel. It's pretty good for branding as it is a circle. If you need a profile picture, there you go. And it is on the Indian flag, fun fact. Ever wonder what that thing was in the middle of the Indian flag? It's a wheel. It's pretty good. It's simple, it's stylized, it's symmetrical. 7 out of 10. Okay, there have been too many good ones here. Let's get a bad one out. Judaism. It's simple and strong. At first glance, a pretty good symbol, but it means nothing. It originated not by Judaism or anything associated with Judaism, but instead with paganism and magic in general. Jews then just started using it. So it doesn't symbolize anything. It isn't original, and it isn't even that old. It started to be used in like the 17th century. Bonus points though for that thing that Elsa did in Jojo Rabbit. Now sure, I made similar points in the Islam section, but there are 2 main differences here. One, the Islamic symbol was always tied to Islam. The Ottoman Empire was Islamic, so it's not a far reach. However, with Judaism, its original meaning and other concurrent meanings have nothing to do with Judaism. It just feels like copied homework. It's like if Wendy's came out with a brand new logo and it just looked like this. Like, what are you trying to do here? It's just a rigid geometric shape that really means nothing and does nothing. It's not the best. It's 4 out of 10. I know a lot of the American population has been waiting for this, so Christianity. First off, there are a lot of specific symbols for all the different denominations, so I'm just going to be using this one. Plain Jane, non-denominational cross. If you want me to do this concept for like all the denominations, let me know in the comments. I don't know. It represents the death of the Christian God, or the Son of God, or both, Jesus. He got crucified, and this is, in fact, a crucifix. It's a weird choice to use as a symbol, though. I know this is harped on a lot, but, like, why would you use the thing that killed your god as, like, the symbol of your religion? It seems kind of counterintuitive. I don't know. I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and she said that it reminds her of when people reclaim slurs. Yeah, it's also just too damn simple. You knew I was gonna bring it up. It's just a damn letter. It's just a letter T, a lowercase one at that, not even an uppercase one. Sure, it could be good for branding, but not for the religion itself. If you had like a Christian affiliated, like, I don't know, hamster selling business, you could call it like Jack's Hamsters, and then the T could be a cross. But that's just like boring, that's just kind of messy. I don't know. It's a 3 out of 10. I don't like it. But I'll give you this. The fish symbol, the Ithaces, it's not half bad. It originated in Roman times, back when, you know, Christians were actually oppressed, as a covert secret symbol. So I guess it doesn't really make sense for it to be like the logo of the religion, but we'll just brush past that. It's simple but unique with a lot of different versions. You can like put stuff inside the fish. That's kind of cool. The fish is a 6 out of 10. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. It's better than your goddamn cross. Why don't you just use that as the normal symbol? Lastly is Taoism, and oh my god, guys, I think we found it. I think we found the best religious symbol. It's one main element, circle, split into 2 with swirling halves revolving over one another. It clearly represents duality. I mean, clearly, what else could this be? It's pretty fucking spot on. It originated in China, but not specifically in Taoist spaces, but it's heavily tied to the Tao Te Ching, the originating texts of Taoism. It's got this dichotomy of white and black that I really like. It's got just enough interest with these little dots. Like, it could just be a black and white circle. But then instead, they added these little elements that make it so much more than that. It's fluid, and it's calm. It's just so good for branding. I mean, for one, it's a circle, so profile picture, there you go. But then even just like the black and white colors, you could do a lot of things with that. Like, people will see black and white with a black dot and a white dot, and they'll think, oh yeah, Taoism. And also little friendship necklaces, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, moneymaker. The only downside to that is that Westerners won't get it. We won't see it and say, oh yeah, Taoism. We're just gonna see it and say, yeah, like the Kung Fu Panda. It's simple and effective without being basic. I know I've said that for a lot, but it's true for a lot of them. It's simple, it's direct, and it's not just like, I don't know, a fucking letter. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Alright, that's all I'll do for now. I think all I have to say otherwise is just don't bomb me. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Like this video if you liked it, and if you want me to do a part 2, let me know in the comments below. It's the second time begging for comment interaction in this video. Alright, ta-ta.